Hi everyone, Jody with the Ring Lord here. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make B2G. B2G is a unit weave. So here you can see I have made a necklace with a graduated pendant. This is what the unit looks like, and you can either be oriented as a square or as a diamond, depending on what connections you make. You can make this into a necklace, a bracelet, and it can also be used to make earrings. To show you the difference in the connections, so this is connected so that it makes diamonds. This is connected so that it makes squares. In this video, we'll be connecting these as squares, but if you look closely, you can see how to connect them as diamonds. It's just one connection instead of two. For each unit of this weave, you will need 12 open rings, 8 closed rings, and 1 open of the large. So the sizes I'm using in this video are 16 gauge SWG 1.6 millimeter wire in 1/4 inch internal diameter. This is black anodized aluminum. 16 gauge SWG 3/8 of an inch internal diameter anodized aluminum, and 16 gauge 1/4 inch in gold anodized aluminum. The necklace I showed you before is made from copper and brass, and this is a different size, 18 gauge rings here and graduated in different sizes here. This is a fairly simple weave to make. You may need some Xeron pliers. If you have trouble getting into tight spaces with the pliers you have, I use Tronex mailer's pliers that have this very thin jaw at the edge. It makes it easy to get in to tight places. So first thing you're going to do is take an open ring, and you can do this in any color you want. I'm using black and gold so you can see the difference clearly. So take an open 16 gauge 1/4 inch ring and add 2 of the gold rings, and then double the ring. And you need to do this 4 times. If you're using 2 colors, you need to determine which rings you want to be these flat rings, so those are champagne, and which you want to be the corner rings. Since I want to make another unit similar to this one, I will put the black rings on my large ring and put all 4 of those 2 and 2 units you made onto your large ring and close it. So it should look like this. You should have 4 2 and 2 pieces on your large ring. This part can get a little bit fiddly, so just be patient. So you're going to flip, you're going to hold the large ring kind of in between your thumb and your first finger of your dominant hand, of your non-dominant hand. You're going to, like you're making Byzantine, you're going to flip the gold rings or champagne, whatever color you're using, over so that one is on each side of this center ring. Grab one of your open rings. Mine is black. Again, this is a 1/4 inch ring. And I'm only going through the gold rings above or outside of that center ring. Don't close the ring yet. I turn the unit around so that I can then flip the other, like one other pair. Flip the gold rings so that you can put in that same open ring, and it should look like that. So they should not be through the large ring. They should be outside of the large ring, or it should be outside of the large ring. And then close. Now this is where you might need your Zurons or a smaller jawed plier if your pliers can't get into smaller tight places. This is what it should look like. And I'll show it to you from this angle as well. So we're going to get another open ring, and we're just going to go around and do this 4 times. This next one will be easier because you don't have to keep 2 sets open at the same time. So I'm folding those rings back, coming up through the ring, down through the other rings, and then I'm going to close. Rotating around, I'm flipping these rings open, going through one set of gold rings but not the center ring, and down through the other set that's next door. Close that ring. And now you'll just have one open ring left, and it goes through the last 2 pairs of rings. And close. Okay, that is what the unit looks like. The pattern has gold, champagne, gold, champagne, gold, champagne. And then I wanted to show you how you could use color in this pattern. So I did 2 gold on one side and 2 champagne on the other, and then in the next unit I reversed it so that the 2 champagne were together, 2 sets, and the gold was on the outside. There's lots of different things you can do. You could, do opposite pairs. The sky's the limit here. To connect these as squares, you are going to go through a pair of the corner rings, but you want to make sure that you're also going kind of in between the 2 flat rings. That keeps the ring, this connecting ring, from sitting high like above these 2 rings. It makes it sit in between them so that it's flat. And I'm going to do the same thing on the unit I'm connecting, and close. If you were connecting these as diamonds, that's how you would do it. You would just connect one. Connect the top and then connect the bottom pair. Like that. And close. And that is what you will have. To connect a clasp, and I'm going to show you how to connect a tube clasp. I would put a ring through the corner rings at each corner. And you can choose which size rings. I'm just going to use the same size rings. And I would do that at each end. And then, because of the way this is oriented, I would put a ring through the first hole at the top, and then through the top corner ring on your piece, then a ring through the bottom corner and the bottom ring on the tube clasp. Close. So it'll look like that. And then same on the other end. So ring through the top corner and then through the bottom hole on the tube clasp. And the other set of rings. So it will look like this. Now I'm going to show you how to make an earring, and we're going to do this in the diamond shape. First we need to connect the two units. So I'm going to go through the bottom pair of rings, the corner rings. And don't forget, you need to be in between these two rings. I'm going to take the second unit and go through a set of corner rings and close. And that's what it should look like. And now we need to attach it to the ear wire. So you need to look at how your ear wire is oriented. Sometimes it'll be flat like this. Sometimes the loop will be the opposite. It will be 90 degrees turned. So I'm going to put another connecting ring up at the top. And because of the way this is oriented, I only need one connection to the ear wire. And that is what the earring will look like. If you have any questions about this tutorial or a weave or a project, please email us at projecthelp@TheRingLord.com. If you have any questions about a product or an order, please email customer service at orders@TheRingLord.com.